here's what we're gonna do. You know how we go to faith formation and then we have a week off and then we go to faith formation again, so we go every other week?
Yep.
Well, this year for faith formation classes, it's going to be a little bit different. On the weeks that we don't have a faith formation session, we're going to kind of try to do the same thing that you guys are doing in your classrooms and we're doing out with the adults, but we're going to do it here at home. Okay? So we have our paper that Ella and Lily colored. That's the Table of the Lord. And it's kind of set up to run like the Mass. So the first thing, what's the first thing we do when we go into Mass? Ella?
We dip our hands in water and say, we put a cross on our head, on our heart.
Well, we just make a cross, right?
We
Okay,
make a
so we
cross.
have our little bowl of water here so we can all dip our fingers and make our crosses and bless ourselves because we're starting our little ceremony. And then what do you notice, like something that has already been done when we walk into Mass? Up on the altar there's what?
Candles?
There's candles and they're already lit, right? So part of our little ceremony service that we're going to do ourselves will be to light our candles. So you each have your own candles. So
Sometimes we see them like that.
sometimes we see them light them, yeah. But usually they're lit. Well, if we get there early. So you're each going to light your candle. I don't remember whose is whose. You might have to pick that up. Okay. There you go. You have to kind of tilt that out, otherwise it makes the lamp go. It's okay if that falls in there. Pass it to Lily. Lily's gonna blow it out because she's last to light. Why do you think we light candles at Mass?
Because Jesus is the light of the world.
Right, it's kind of like a symbol of Jesus, right? Okay. So, the other thing that we're going to do is when you have your faith formation class at the parish center, you're actually going to be talking about the actual real gospel verse that's being read that day in class. Isn't that cool? So now what you learn about in faith formation is going to be the same thing that we hear in church. So on the weeks that we have at home, we're going to get a paper like this from the faith formation teachers, and it's going to have the gospel that for that week when there isn't a faith formation.
Does it look like that?
So yeah, it looks like this. Do you want to read it for me?
Sure.
Okay. So this is kind of like a no, these are the questions. This is all you need to read.
Okay.
So when we hear the gospel, we hear the person say what?
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
And then what do we have to do? Remember, you kind of said it. We have to do make our crosses, right? On our forehead, our lips, and our heart. Okay?
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus' friends said to him, "Make our faith grow." The Lord Jesus replied to them, "If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you say to this tree, pull yourself up out of the ground by your roots and jump into the ocean, and the tree would obey you."
Whoa. So after we read that, then we have some questions to talk about. So the first question is, do you know what the word faith means? What do you think, Ben? What's faith mean?
Faith means, like, the Native Americans had faith to different gods of different things, and the Christian faith is a faith to one God and Jesus Christ.
Okay. What do you think, Lord?
A faith is like something you believe in. Like some people believe in different stuff. Like us, we believe in God, but some people believe in like kings and stuff like that.
Okay.
And people used to believe in like statues.
They used to worship them?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't have to raise your hands. It's not school.
I think it means hope. Like some people don't believe in God, but we do. Like how we believe in Santa.
It means hope, you think? What does Daddy think it means? Faith.
Being able to have understanding that something greater than yourself is out there to take care of you, to give you opportunity, and to be something you don't always have to see to believe. Like, I don't have to see love, but I know it's real. Just like I don't need to see God, but I can see it all around me.
Do you guys think it has anything to do with trust? Trusting?
Yeah.
Do we have to trust that God's there even though we don't see him?
Yeah.
And we don't hear him, and we don't talk to him? I mean, we talk to him, but he doesn't always talk back to us, right?
No, he does silent.
He talks to us silently.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
kind of.
this once.
And like
When the pressure is on, no, God is with you.
Cool. So faith really means to trust something or someone completely, right? 100%. So who are some of the people you trust, Ben?
you, Dad, or Grandma,
Why? Why do you trust us?
because I know you and I know what your response to something would be like.
So do you have faith in us, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? You have faith that if we say something, we're going to do it, or we're going to be there, or...
Yeah.
Yeah?
And then something else has to happen, like if I wanted you to take me to get a new pair of sneakers for school, but then Philly or Ella had a soccer game, we would have to go to the soccer game.
Yeah.
But still, you'd still be able to go get the new sneakers.
But you know that eventually it's going to
Another
happen. Gotcha. Hold on. Who's some people you trust?
You get things that are not people else. I trust you, I trust Dad, and I trust Grandma, and I also trust my horse and God.
Why do you trust your horse?
Because I know that he's not going to throw me off.
Right? Because you have developed a connection with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the first time, I was wondering, do these horses figure out? But then I figured out they don't.
Well, because you rode on him and you've got experience, right? What about you?
I trust you, Ben, Lily, Grammy, and Dad, and I trust you because I know that, I also trust God and Jesus. I trust these people because, I know that, I know that usually they'll do something for me. Like if I said, Mom, could I have ice cream for dessert? You would say, yes, sometimes. Because sometimes it would be after dinner. Sometimes it would just be for fun to eat. And
So you trust us because we follow through with what we say we're going to do?
Mhm.
That makes sense. That's a reason why I trust people. Like if I ask somebody to do something and they don't do it, then the next time I'm probably not going to ask them, right?
You'll
I
ask
don't
somebody
trust that they're going to do what I asked.
Like if you asked,
Like if I asked Abby to take the garbage out and he didn't do it,
or
then the next time I'd be like, well, forget it. I'm just going to do it myself.
if you asked Ella to go open the chicken coop and Ben to help, like go with her and let the chickens out and get eggs, and then they didn't do it because they were too lazy to go outside, then you'd be like, next time you just send like me and Daddy or you.
Well, I don't know about that. I might send them again. So one of these examples is Noah. An example from the Bible is Noah.
No one
Can you tell me the story of Noah, Ella?
Noah listened to God.
What did God say to Noah?
Build a big boat. I'm going to send a flood because lots of these people down on earth, like where you're living, are being rude and mean to each other.
Mm-hmm.
When God put them there to be nice to each other and helpful.
Do you think
So
that it was hard for Noah to trust God?
yes,
Like, was it raining all the time and there was tons of water around, Ben?
No, it was in the middle of the desert.
It was in the middle of the desert and God says, build this big giant boat. Noah was probably like, this is crazy. Why am I building this boat? But Noah trusted God and he believed that what God said was going to happen.
At the end of the story, when he was building the boat, everybody was laughing. Like, why are you building a boat? It's the middle of the desert.
That's
And
true.
then God said, when he finished the boat, bring 2 of every single kind of animal onto your boat.
Yep.
And he took his wife and 2 of every single kind of animal onto the boat.
And what happened?
And
They were saved.
they were safe, but everybody else wasn't because they didn't trust God, probably.
So, do you know that wherever Jesus went after he started preaching, there would be like big crowds of people, and they just wanted to get near him and hear him talk and maybe see him perform a miracle? So, this one time, there was a woman who had been really sick for a long time, and she had,
her name?
I don't know her name, she had such faith in Jesus that she was like, if I could just touch his cloak when he walks by, I'm going to be healed. He didn't even have to talk to her or pray over her or anything. She just had such strong belief and faith in him that she was like, if I could just touch his coat, then I'll be healthy again. And that is exactly what happened. He was walking by and she was in the crowd, and she just reached out and gently touched his cloak that he had on, and she was healed after being sick for like a lot of time.
I remember the story. I don't know where I heard it. So there was 3 boys of one father, and he sent them out to do stuff. And one of them did the work and came back and was like, I did the work. The other one didn't do the work. And the other one didn't do the work, but he told him why. And he explained it to his father. I didn't do the work. I'm sorry, and he explained.
So after Jesus felt this person touch his clothes, he turned around to see who had touched him. And the woman told him that she believed that he would cure her. And so Jesus said to her, because you believed in me, your faith has made you well again. So sometimes we can't see what's going to happen, or we don't know what's going to happen, but if we have our faith and we believe that it's going to turn out okay, that can happen. And the Bible tells us that if we have faith, even just little teeny tiny bit, they call it as small as a mustard seed. Remember when Ella read this? It said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed is tiny, like
the head of a pin.
like the head of a pin. Yeah,
What is
super
a
tiny.
mustard seed?
Grows a mustard plant. It's a teeny tiny seed, but it
Look
grows.
at the
Doesn't it grow?
mustard.
Isn't it a tree?
Yeah,
Doesn't it grow into a tree?
Wow. You get mustard from a tree?
Well, from the fruit, and then you turn it into mustard. So the Bible tells us that if we have faith, even a little bit of faith, as tiny as a mustard seed, we can do great and wonderful things.
I can't even see it.
So imagine if you didn't have a tiny bit of faith, you had a big bunch of faith. What do you think then?
You could do a lot.
Could you do a lot of stuff?
You could fly to the moon.
Oh my goodness.
If you had no faith, it'd be like, I have no faith.
So we kind of did some of the things that we see when we go to Mass, right? What's one thing that maybe we didn't do that we always do in Mass besides get communion, because we're not going to do that? Ella?
We didn't sing any songs.
We didn't sing any songs. We also didn't say any prayers. Is there a prayer that we all know?
Our Father.
We could pray the Our Father, and we have these really cool beads, and I think we're going to have one person lead the prayer each time. Hold on. Have patience, please. And Lily has already asked to lead us in the Our Father, so whoever's leading the prayer gets to hold the beads. And there's a couple other prayers like the Hail Mary and the Glory Be, which we're going to work on practicing together so that we can all know them. But right now we're going to do the Our Father, okay? So
Which bead?
whichever bead you want. I'm going to hold hands because that's what we do.
The bead and the cross or just the bead?
Whatever you want. Can I hold your hand? Okay, can you lead us? You start.
Our Father, who art
Lord
in
in
heaven,
heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. And what do we do at the end of Mass? We do what?
We dip again.
We bless ourselves again. So should we do that to end our little session? Or Lily can't reach?
Sadie wanted to get in on the
I think you're right. Sadie wants to be a part of our little Lord's table here. Let's leave our candles burning. I think it's nice to have them on. What do you think? So do you guys like this? Having a little home session?
There's another thing that we did do here. There's one thing that we did here, but we don't do at church.
What's that?
We don't pray over beads.
We don't, but you know what? We could bring these to Mass if we wanted to.
I don't
Do you-
think we pray over beads because they probably don't have enough, and there's different people every time. So that, I have to get up so many.
Don't have enough at church, you mean?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they probably don't know how many people are coming, so it's like they only got out so many, and then a bunch more
Well,
people come.
This kind of represents like almost like a rosary, and most people have their own rosaries. And some people bring them to Mass, but not everybody. But if you wanted to have something like that to bring to Mass with you, we could make some more.
Is it pretty easy?
Sure.
All you need is a little bead, a thread, a little cross, and a couple big beads. Big beads.
That's what you need.
Really simple, looks like. Now I know our Father.
Now you know the Our Father. So now I'll be expecting you to
Do
say
we
it
have
next
to do
week.
the other one?